All right, I'm here with Freddy, Tavarish, and there's a car behind you.
There is. So I brought another car to SEMA. This is a Toyota, right? So they make this thing called a Supra, right? Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
Okay.
This is not a Supra.
It is.
Oh,
it
it
is.
is?
Yeah, it is. Because the steering wheel is on the other side on this, and that's not by mistake. This is actually from Japan. This is where they
Really?
make these cars.
I thought it was in England they only did that.
Yeah, like a lot of people think that, but actually in Japan they do that as well. We are here at SEMA at the Rag Company booth, and I brought a Toyota Supra. I know you have some experience with Toyota Supras.
I've heard of them. I've heard of them, yeah. This one is not as new as the one that I have.
No, but turns out these are just as good, if not better, in some people's eyes. Because this is the Mk4. This is the Fast and Furious, the one with that provenance.
Oh, so it's got the 3JZ. That's
The 3JZ. You know how many BMW parts are in this?
not a lot, I'm guessing.
Zero, my friend. No, I'm just making fun of you.
Yeah, actually, so I don't know too much about this car. Maybe you can just sort of tell people, like, what's the story behind this particular car? Because you've done a lot of cool builds.
Yeah.
What's special about this one?
We initially got this car. It was a non-turbo, 5-speed hardtop car, but it was in really, really bad shape. It was originally black. Needed some body work. It needed a lot of mechanical work. The guy put like 10 big gauges inside it, and he like screwed it into the dash. Interior needed work, so we painted it this nice shade of RSP, Royal Sapphire Pearl. This is my favorite color for this car.
I love this color.
We did bigger brakes. We did the Supra TT brakes. We got custom two-piece wheels by Corsa Forge. E3 did the interior, Sparco seats, and I put in the engine from my other Supra, which made 682 to the wheels.
Okay.
So this can actually get out of its own way.
Is that like your original Supra on your channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a white Supra, which has now turned into a parts car.
Oh, no.
So it's okay. So now I have to build that one. But now, like that Supra walked, so this one can run.
Show me the interior, because
Sure.
I love this color here. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the interior, this is very similar to a shade of brown that I used on my McLaren. I love the blue on tan interior, and also we have the two-tone suede. And we did that as a functional thing because you don't want the like shiny dash getting in your face or anything like that. They actually made this panel because we couldn't find the JDM, like there's a second glove box that goes here, and I never got it with the car. Like they had a screen or something set up, and it looked terrible. So E3 Customs made this, and it looks great. One of the things that happens whenever you go to SEMA is like some stuff, it's like, oh crap, we forgot it. Notice the wiper delete. So we have the wipers. I think they're in the back somewhere. But the wiper blades we didn't get, and we'll probably get them tomorrow or something. But it's for now, it's a cleaner look. It's more aerodynamic.
Wiper delete is for drift cars, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what this
getting
is.
in your way when you're going sideways.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time on this. I think it was like 2 years, almost 2 years from start to finish on this car. And it's, a lot of it was like put it on the back burner, or you can't get parts or something like that. But I'm really happy with how it all turned out.
This was pretty rough. Was this one wasn't crashed or anything though before
No,
you got it? So
the bones
unusual for you.
It is unusual, yeah. But it was very rough in terms of like just neglected. It didn't even have that many miles on it. I think it has like 100,000 miles on it, which for a Toyota, it's nothing.
What was the most challenging, difficult part about getting this car together?
All the little details.
Yeah.
So the big stuff wasn't a big deal, like painting the car and putting the engine in. We did that fairly quickly, but the little details of like, all right, so we have the brackets and the sliders, and they're all Sparco. None of it fits. So now we have to make it fit. We have to modify things. We have to, like, let's say the seat belt. The seat belt was like torn. I don't know how you tear a seat belt. I don't know what happened, but now we have to get a new seat belt. There's like little things of like, where do you get a shift knob? Where you get like this piece of trim? Lining up the radio to make sure that it works. Like it's a lot of like little details. The hardware just for the center console. When I got the car, it was taken apart and put back together by a billion different people, or one guy that just lost all the bolts. So now I got to find all the hardware for a 90s Toyota. So that's, just little stuff like that just makes or breaks a build.
If you had to give advice to someone who was smart enough to do a Supra Mark IV build, what would be like your biggest piece of advice?
Project creep is a real thing. Don't shoot for the moon. Make as clean of a car as you can, because the more you start adding to a project, the more it spirals out of control, and then it's like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to do this? And like, let's make it a wide body, and let's get custom wheels, and let's get all this. And then after a while, you're like, I don't have a drivable car. So just get it to a point where you can drive it, enjoy it, and then start, modifying it or building it how you want, because otherwise you're going to have a Supra that's sitting for 2 years.
Ah, so you have a little experience with this.
A little bit, yeah.
What is it like driving a right-hand drive car in a left-hand drive country?
It's totally okay, other than ATMs and drive-throughs. Yeah, and then it's just terrible. But you get used to it after a while. You get used to it in about 10 minutes. With JDM cars especially, your stalks are reversed. So you turn with the right stalk, and if you're not used to that, your wipers go on.
Yeah, because in the UK it's the same as...
It's the same, yeah.
It's moved over, yeah. So that's like my fear about driving a right-hand car in America.
It's not that bad. I mean, you could do it. It's not a big deal.
I appreciate the faith in me.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, if you could drive any car, especially if it's manual, like you get used to it, and it's kind of cool, like shifting with the left hand. It seems counterintuitive, but like, there's a lot of like second natureness to it. It's like, I know where the gears are.
So what's next? You're doing car track? Any other big projects that you have coming along?
So we have 2 car trek series, one in November, one in December. And we have a Ferrari 430 build, doing a Chrysler Pacifica Hellcat. We're doing a lot of, like, we have a Noble M400 that's going to be on the channel. So like,
cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming up, and these builds take a lot of time, take a lot of effort, and hopefully we kind of churn them out a little bit quicker. You guys need to subscribe to this channel, because there's going to be a lot of really cool content. I'm making that declaration. You better have some good content, some fire content. Go subscribe right now to this man.
Subscribe and click this video right over here.
So I feel like that could have been a little bit more energetic.